yeah, looking good. Do the taste test. Oh yeah, man. That's pretty damn good. Oh yeah. Get in my belly. I'm pretty happy with that. Most people would be pretty happy with that. Jazz that up a bit with the presentation. You could put that in a freaking fancy restaurant, man. Oh yeah. Get in my belly. The space pouch is a wraparound design made from kangaroo leather, and we open up and it reveals the species, and we'll talk about the species in a second. And what's happening here as I'm filming this and I'm talking to you guys is I'm getting killed with the flies. So I've got this little fire here. I'm just going to occasionally just try and keep this going through the video. Just put a few gum leaves on it and just create a little bit of smoke just to help with the flies, because obviously it's hard to concentrate when you've got a fly crawling up your nose. I've cleared quite a wide area here, so there's no chance of this fire spreading into the bush. And this is just a little stove I used in my mess kit to cook that little kangaroo stew that I showed you earlier. Might do some more cooking on the channel. I love bush cooking. So the space pouch, it's something I'm quite proud of. I've tried to be as ethical and sustainable as possible. And as you can see, I've got a few of them made up here. Everyone's a little bit different because it is a natural material, and kangaroo leather varies. You know, it's got different marks, scratches on them. So they're all basically the same, but everyone will be a little bit different. This one here, this is my own personal one. And you will notice this one's slightly different, and it's not because the design in any way, shape or form is different, just this one's been really well used. So I've had this for around about 3 years. I've used it to cook hundreds of meals in different situations, group situations, solo hikes, workshops, you name it. So it's been well used, carried in my backpack or my pocket for hundreds of kilometers. And it has a little bit of patina to it, but same basic design. And this one is darkened down a little bit just because I've put beeswax on it. So with veg tan leathers, you really should put every once in a while, just to maintain the leather, put a little bit of a beeswax treatment on it, like Optimophs or Snow Shield or whatever you prefer. Okay, so after a few years, if you get one of these, it's going to look like that. But brand spanking new, it's going to look a little bit like this. Yeah. So again, we open this up. We've got the kangaroo leather, which is a really great leather, incredibly strong, very sustainable leather. Okay, and inside we've got a little selection of spices. Okay, and I have put quite a lot of thought into these spices and what to use. And the idea, the design concept of this spice pouch is very much, you know, it's not designed to be, you know, left in the kitchen. It's really to take with you on bush trips. All right, when you go out walking and you're going to cook in your billy can or whatever, and it's designed for bush travel, 3 or 4 days in the bush maximum, and it's to do a few meals, and then you would replenish from home. Okay, and it comes, when you buy this, it comes with this selection of spices, and you can buy more Bushtucka spices, or you can just use regular spices, you know, whatever the case may be, paprika or cayenne pepper or whatever. But this spice pouch is designed to use Australian ingredients. Okay, that's the sort of design concept, and I'll take you through the spices in a second, but just to mention where I get the spices from and to kind of explain that part of the story. I get all the spices from this company called Oztukka. This is a local Newcastle company. They're based in a place called Redhead, and you can actually visit them if you're in this area and check out their shop. And what this company does, see if we can get a couple more gum leaves on the fire there, get a little bit more smoke. What this company does is they buy in the plants, whatever the case may be, saltbush, wattleseed, from members of the indigenous community, and then they process it. So they roast the seeds, they grind it, dehydrate the the plant, whatever the case may be, and then they make a product that they can sell to the public. Okay, I think one or two of their products they do use farmed products, but the vast majority are wild harvested, coming from members of the Australian Indigenous community. Okay, which is really cool. All right. And if you look at Oztukka website, they actually, I've got quite friendly with this company over the years, and they actually sell the spice pouch on their website as well. And then you may find it if you go to their shop, or sometimes they're at the farmers market, you may find the spice pouch there in Newcastle. Okay, struggling with the fire a little bit. I just want a little bit of smoke, just to keep the flies away, because it's going to be hard to talk to you guys with a fly in my ear and all that kind of stuff. So I'll take you through the spices. We open it up and we've got these little glass bottles. Okay, and again, everyone's just a little bit different, yeah. And this is sort of like the standard setup, yeah. Okay, so this one's Tasmanian pepper. Okay, fiery stuff, really cool. A little bit of nuttiness there as well. Really beautiful spice. One of the tips with Tassie pepper, one of the good things to do with this is don't cook it for a long time. Okay, like normal pepper. If you're using it in a casserole or something like that, just kind of stick it in at the end of the cooking time. You know, it doesn't really like to be cooked out for a long period of time. But Tasmanian Sizer, okay. Alright, this comes from Tasmania, though apparently you can get this growing on the mainland, so I've never actually found it. Where are we? Here we go. Alright, put this little guy back. Okay, next guy up, so we've got some saltbush, which is that one there, Artiflex nominalia. Okay, so as the name might suggest, quite a salty flavour, you know, as similar to regular salt, but around about 30% less sodium. You get this growing in New South Wales. You also get a lot of it in the outback. There's a few different types of saltbush. That's what it looks like as a plant. Artiflex nominalia. You can also use it as a rub as well. Really beautiful local native spice. Okay, what we got next? So this one in the spice kit, we've got native oregano. Okay, or Prosanthia rotundifolia. This is in the mint family. Really beautiful spice. Flavor wise, somewhere in the region of oregano and thyme. If you cross oregano and thyme, that's the kind of flavor profile you'd probably have with this guy. Yeah, really yummy stuff. You can use casseroles, stews, put it in pastas, and this is one I used to cook up that little stew you saw in the mess kit. Yeah, and last but not least, this one, which is lemon myrtle or Brackenhausia citrodora. This is probably one of the better known Bushfoods, one of the ones that's maybe a little bit more mainstream that a lot of people have heard. And you can use this in multiple ways. You can use it in desserts, okay, and then you can also use it in things like curries, coconut curries, as a substitute for kaffir lime leaf. You can make a tea from it. I've got some of the leaf in there. I've made myself a little tea. This is what it looks like in its raw form. Yeah, this is just been dehydrated and ground down into a spice. Okay, so there we go, a little bit of a look at the Australian Bushfoods spice pouch. Just wrap it up like that, stick it in your pocket, and off you go. Started to rain again. So thank you for watching. I'd like to take the time just to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this area, the Awabiko people. This is really quite a special area. It's quite beautiful, and it is quite a privilege to live in this area and come out and do these kind of activities and have this kind of conversation with you. I've tried to make this product as ethical and sustainable as possible. Obviously, you're never going to please everybody. Somebody will always find criticism in anything you do. The leather is kangaroo leather, and for me, that's the most ethical and sustainable leather on the planet. Okay, the spices themselves, they come from members of the indigenous community through fair trade. Okay, the pouch itself is handmade, it's hand sewn. It may look quite simple to make, but it is a process. You've got to, cut the leather, dye it, rub the beeswax treatment in it, punch the holes. It's a little bit more complicated than what it looks. Okay. So thank you for watching. If you want one of these, please check out my Etsy store. It's also available on Oztukka. That's a good company to check out. If you've not subscribed already, please do. And I hope to catch you in the next video soon. Looks like there's a storm coming in. I better scatter out of here.